Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It's your girl, Lady B, right here in the place to be. I know it's been a while since I've been on live, and so I wanted to get on and share with you all some of the revelations that I've had, some lessons that I've learned, some things that have come up for me since this past full moon. In this time and space, it is the 21st, I believe. Mm, Sorry, I'm a day ahead of myself. It's the 20th. So it's the 20th. The full moon was just last night. And from my personal experience, I've always had like when there's a new moon or a full moon or anything like that, any like astrological things going on, I always feel them a few days before. So, 3 before or 3 days after. So, a huge theme for me in this full moon has been family. Family, family, family. How you show up in your family, how your family members show up for you, the things that your family does that irritates you, the things that you do that irritate other people that you got from your family. Okay? Everything tied into family because family is your basis, is your foundation, is where you grow up, it's where you learn how to be a person. So I have four things in particular that some could say are well, some of them are simple and some of them are more intricate, but I'm just going to go over with them. I'm going to go over them with you. I'm going to get right into them and what I mean by them. No chaser. Okay? So, first thing is more on the simple side. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I I'm gonna tell y'all my personal thing that I went through this past weekend. Um, that let me know that this full moon was real. It was not playing no games with me. It was so fucking real. Excuse my language. It was so freaking real. But I was with my family. I was with my mom, my grandma, my sister. It was just a lot of us. I was with my children. And it was just very stressful. Things were very stressful. There was lack of communication. There was um attitudes flaring up, and you know how family can be. It's like, family can get on your nerves. You know what I mean? Family can be annoying. Um but we all came together for a purpose. We all came together for our family. We came together for a new addition to our family, which is my nephew. He is actually having his first baby. He's my first nephew, and he's having his first baby. And we're just like so over the moon excited. And we had to travel to get to his baby shower. And so, with that being said, it was a lot going on. It was just a lot. So, I'm going to get into my four lessons. And you guys let me know um, if you're interested in this type of content. You can also share with us what you learned from this past full moon in the comments, and what else you would like to see from me. And if you have any questions. So, first things first, is not what you say, is how you say it. Now, I know that's a cliche and it's like, duh, like everybody knows that. But do you really know it? Because if you're not actively doing a thing, then you don't know it. You just know of it. It's just something that you've heard, but you're not implementing it. So, it's not necessarily what you're doing or what you're saying. It's the how. Okay. A lot of times in spiritual, community, we're always telling people, don't worry about the how. Don't worry about how your manifestation is going to come to you. Just know that it's going to come and act as if it's already there. That how is not what I'm talking about. Okay. That's true. You don't want to worry about that how. The how I'm talking about is how you approach people, how you talk to people, how you handle people, how you let people handle you, things of that nature. So a lot of times there's a little things that you can do. Your tone, the way you say a thing, the way you the volume of your voice, even how you express yourself could really make or break whether it lands with the next person. Okay. And I feel like that's simple enough. Like, you guys get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay. And a good thing that I've realized over this past weekend is intention. If you have a certain intention for something, then keeping your attention at the top of mind will help you with your delivery. Okay. But a lot of times when we're talking to people and we're conversing with others, we might not have an intention. We just want to say what we got to say and keep it moving. But before speaking, we should have some type of intention on how we actually want the conversation to go. Right? Okay, so that's that. So, second thing is, if you're following me, or if you're like myself and you're like a self-development junkie, like I'm what I call a self-development junkie. I binge watch all types of self-development work and things that can help up level you, upgrade you, and working on your mindset, because I believe all is mental, first Hermetic principle. So it only makes sense to work on the mind, right? So if that's the case, who you used to be a year ago is not who you are today. Who you used to be 6 months from now is not who you are today. And when you're evolving at such a rapid rate, or even slowly, when you're around people who have known you since you were knee high to a footstool, as the people in the South like to say, they may try to sun you. Okay. They may try to like belittle you, or they may try to handle you in the way that your old self was accustomed to being handled. Now, the thing that I've learned over the weekend is teaching people how to treat the new version of you. Okay. I moved out of the country. I moved out of the state. I'm making a video. Please go find some business. Hold on, y'all. What's going on? You got these bathrooms? Go to the bathroom. Stop coming to my room every time you have to use the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom. So where was I? Okay, so with me moving out of the country, with me moving out of the state, sorry about that. Okay, y'all, I'm back for real. With me moving out of the country, with me moving out of the state, I had learned a lot of new things about myself. I have evolved. I have become anew, right? And um my old version of myself was very lowly in her self identity, very low in the way she thought about herself, very low in the way she looked at herself and all the things. And because that was the case, my family had become accustomed to treating me like that version of myself. And so I had to, reintroduce myself in a way. I had to assert myself in different ways. And people might not always like that. People might not always like how you set your boundaries or how you let people know that, oh no, we don't do that anymore. That's not a thing. We don't talk to me like that no more. We don't interact with each other that way. We're going to be more pleasant. We have to set the tone for who we are in this space and time. Okay? Not who we used to be back in the day. And it's even uncomfortable for you. Okay? Because you're not used to asserting yourself in that way. You're not used to having to correct or check people in your family that are older than you, that are, your elders, all that type of stuff. You might not be used to having to check someone and let them know, like, hey, this is what we're not gonna do. Okay. So teaching people how to treat the new version of you with people that you want to keep in your life, with people that's your family, that you still will interact with, things like that. That was a huge thing that kept coming up over and over again, kept coming up in this past weekend. And like I said, the full moon was full mooning. Okay. It was like I can feel the full moon usually 3 days before it happens. And I felt it. I felt it, baby. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I really love that gum. It's really good. But I don't want to be like chewing and talking at the same time. So it's not professional. Okay. Also, so that was two. So teaching people how to treat the new version of you. And I'm looking down at my notes, so that's why I'm not looking up at the camera. And then what else? Don't be fooled by the good side of a demon. Okay, so this is one of my favorite lessons that I have been learning, been observing, been everything, right? Especially over this past weekend. Don't be fooled by the good side of a demon. Okay, and what do I mean by that? I mean, there's good and bad in everyone. Okay, even the worst person that you can ever think of, they have a good side to them. They have a light side to them. They have a loving side to them, right? Or even a charming side, if you will. But they're still what we would say a bad person, right? Or they're still ingenuine, or they're still, excuse me, they're still who they are. Okay. So one thing that I noticed in my family is that I come from a lot of darkness, I will say. Okay. And I don't mean like skin complexion. Okay. I know I'm chocolate, but that's not what I mean. There's a lot of darkness that is within my family. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because that's where creation happens. That's what creativeness happens, in the dark. You know what I mean? Magical things can happen in the dark of something. So I don't want to like say it's a bad thing, but with me being a child of the light, with me being a light worker, with me being an energy worker, it can be very triggering for others who are still dwelling in their shadow, right? So because I'm this way naturally, and I'm naturally of the light, and it can be annoying. It can be very annoying. It can be very triggering for others, right? So just like my family was annoyed by just like I was annoyed by some of the things my family was doing, I'm sure I was annoying them with some of the things that I was doing, some of the ways I was being, right? And it's not intentional. It's just um it's just being who you are and emoting who you are can trigger others who are not there, right? So what I mean by don't be fooled by the good side of the demon is everyone has a good and bad side. No one's just all purely evil. No one's just all purely good. And so when you know that someone or something can't be trusted, you can't just be like, "Oh, well, it looks like they're being nice today. Like it's they're fine." You know what I mean? Like don't get tricked by the things that they're doing in that moment because they want to seem a certain way around others. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me know if you guys get what I'm saying in the comments. If you're still here in the building with the replay, let me know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, okay? Or if you have any questions, because I'm open to answering any questions you may have. So that one was huge for me because, you know, even the devil is charming. You know what I mean? Even the devil has charm about it, or has a way to like finesse you and lure you in, but you can't get sidetracked by that and not understand what you're actually dealing with, who you're actually dealing with. Okay. And that's with anyone. That's with anyone. That was a confirmation verb. Okay, so moving on. What generational curses are you breaking? Okay, so this was huge for me because there was, like I said, I'm a child of the light. And there are so many things, so many things that I realized with dealing with my family and being so physically close with them again after it's been so long of me not being physically close with them. It was like, okay, I see where I get some of these things from. I see where I can improve here. I see where we're kind of mixed up in this area of my life. And it's not just me, but it's with the ones who came before me, right? And I'm being very vulnerable and very honest right now about about the situation, because I feel like it can help someone. I feel like, just knowing that you weren't the only one who went through the craziest weekend ever could possibly help you to understand and kind of pick apart what was the reason why certain things happened. You know what I mean? Like, what is the reason why these things happened, and what did you learn from it? Okay? Because everything that happens in our lives happens for us, not to us. Okay? So those are my 4 things. One is, it is not what you say, it is how you say it. It's not what you do, it's the how. That how is the important how. And then teaching people how to treat the new version of you and what that looks like and what boundaries look like in full effect, in motion, in what's it called, live time or something like that, you know what I mean, in action. And then not getting fooled by the good side of a demon. Like that. I think that's one of my favorite things that I really like put together, or like that came to me through another friend. She was telling me about how crazy her weekend was, and she was going through all the full moon things, and then she gave me that phrase, and I was like, wow, that is spot on for what I was just saying. And it was a cute little phrase, so I put that in there. And then also, what generational curses or patterns are you breaking? Okay. What are the things that you're seeing in your family lineage that need to be cleared out and cleansed out of your bloodline, that you don't want to carry on to the next generation and that you don't want to continue? Okay. That was something that, whew, it was a lot. It was a lot of it was very insightful, and I'm very grateful for all the experiences that I had this weekend. I really am. And I'm so grateful to be calling in a new baby into our family. We haven't had a new baby in a while, so it's just, a blessing, and we're so grateful for that. So uh let me know if this at all helped you. Are any of these things helpful, or resonate with you and what you got going on as of right now? You know what I mean? And if you had any epiphanies about your past weekend, 2222, about your past weekend, then let me know. What are some of the things that you encounter on your weekend, this past weekend, the full moon, and what were some of the themes that came up? For me, a huge thing was family, because that's my foundation. That's everything for me. I am a life path number 6. I'm a nurturer by nature. I love to be, I'm a family woman. I'm a tribal type of woman. Okay. So that was big for me. But for you, it may have been something else. It might have been work, or it might have been anything else. So let me know in the comments what you guys like. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace.